Thank you so much for tuning in again today to the Our Town podcast, where we're connecting you to Sacramento. Today we have a special guest, Patris, with Patris Art Studio. Thank you so much for coming, Patris.
Thank you for inviting me, Chris. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. So how did you get your business started, and where did you come from? And give us a little information about yourself.
Sure, yes. So I am originally from Montana. Ended up in Sacramento, and I went into the education field when I got here, landed in Sacramento.
Okay.
Was not in business. And about the year 1997, I think it was, my mom actually passed away. And so I began questioning my purpose in life and all of that, end of life and all that stuff, all that existential conversation that one has, I suppose. In the loss of a parent. And it just really took a lot of soul searching and months of soul searching. And I had always loved art as a kid, and my mom encouraged it, but I never pursued it after high school. And so it just really clicked that I really wanted to be an artist.
Okay.
And so at that time, actually, my job it got cut. And so I went and was working for a little bit, and it was so unfulfilling that I knew I wanted to do something on my own and become, my own entrepreneur and figure it out.
Sometimes the universe just opens up for you, right?
Yeah.
It's like your job got cut. You're like, hey.
Hey. Everyone else was crying, and I was like, okay, well, maybe this is the sign to go forward and see what I can do.
So were you working for the school districts at the time?
I was working for the school district, and then I had gone to the state level.
Oh, okay.
And I was working as a consultant, and so I was overseeing a program statewide.
Okay.
And it was kind of at that time they were making budget cuts all across the departments and things like that, and my position was one of those that needed to be cut. So that's when I did go back to the district for a few months, and then I just knew that there's something else.
Yeah, was that when you were doing the consulting thing? Was it was for the school districts? Did it have to do with art? I mean,
not
were
at all.
you kind of bringing yourself there?
I wasn't even an artist back then at all.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I loved art, and I did it as a kid. But I always thought, well, I got to make a living, and life got sidetracked, and I did a lot of different things and different career, and so I was not even doing art.
Yeah.
But my friend had she was taking a ceramics class at the community college, and so she said, well, why don't you let's take this painting class together. And I had been working part-time anyway. So I started taking an art class, and I was like, oh, this is like really fulfilling for me. And so that's kind of where it started.
Yeah. And so what type of art do you specialize in?
So I love all kinds of art, but my real passion is landscape painting.
Okay.
But I do a lot of still life painting. I do a lot of figurative art as well, drawing, charcoal, dry media things.
Oh, okay.
But I think growing up in Montana, in the most beautiful countryside of the world, I think really imprinted a love of the landscape on my heart. And so that's my true passion, is painting landscapes.
So how did you get from Montana to beautiful Sacramento?
Yeah, that was the journey. So after high school, I did go to college outside of Minneapolis.
Okay.
And was working in Minneapolis after I graduated. And still kind of like not sure what I was going to even be doing. I thought I would go overseas and teach English in the refugee camps and all these ideas. And then, so still kind of floundering out there in Minneapolis all by myself.
Yeah.
Because I knew if I went back to my little town in Montana that there probably wouldn't be as many opportunities as I was looking for, just having graduated from college. And then my aunt was out here at that time. So she said, well, why don't you come to California? Just, stay with me a few months, figure out what you want to do and get your feet on the ground. And when I was talking to her, it was about 10 or 20 below zero in Minneapolis. And I was like, okay, I'm there. So I came out to California and stayed.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I would be packed as well.
Yeah, it was the chilly winters.
How do you find inspiration in your art? What is it that you are going for with your art?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think a lot of artists have to wrestle with that. But for me, I do a lot of what they call plein air painting. That's where you actually take all your paints outdoors and you set up and you're looking at the scene in front of you, and the light's changing and the conditions are changing. So you have to work really fast.
Oh, yeah.
But it's almost like 2 or 3 hours of just solid engagement with the beauty that you see in front of you. And it's such a gift. And that just fuels my passion, just to be in that moment. And I don't do it as much as I should anymore, because I have a nice studio that I paint in. But it's those moments of just being out in nature and just seeing the beauty of the creation. I find that never-ending resource for inspiration.
So where do you typically go to get that? Where do you paint from, or where do you take your stuff to go paint?
Anywhere I can. I love the coast. I love even painting urban scenes.
Okay.
Around my neighborhood. I like that too. My husband loves to fish, and so when he goes fishing, wherever, the ocean, the river, lake, wherever it will be, then I just bring my paints and we'll set up and paint, and hopefully he'll catch a fish.
Nice, nice. Now, earlier you mentioned the studio that you paint out of now. Where's that studio located?
So my studio is now in Oak Park.
Okay.
So it's what they call the Triangle District. All the roads are sort of at these triangle angles and things. But it's in a historic building, and so it's been a really... that's been a real journey. That's been a real business journey.
Are you over by like Fixin' Soul Kitchen
yes,
area?
Right, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah, that's the Triangle District right there.
Right. So if you've ever been over there, all these roads are going this.
They're going crazy directions.
They are. Yeah. So I'm right there. I'm just right across Broadway from that.
Nice. Now, do you put on classes, or how do you get people involved with your studio?
Yeah. So I do a lot of classes. I do a lot of workshops. We work from live models, paint from live models, and somebody will sit and people can come in and paint or draw from life. And in fact, this weekend we have a very famous artist coming to do a workshop.
Oh, who?
His name is Craig Nelson.
Okay.
He's out of Santa Rosa, but he teaches, or he's involved with the Art Academy in San Francisco. So I will, from time to time throughout the year, bring in like national or internationally known artists to come teach workshops. And that offers artists who have more developed skills and opportunity to really study with a master artist as well. So, and I teach more of the beginning level classes.
Okay. And how many classes do you do them every day? Are they once a week?
Currently, I have 2 classes a week.
Okay.
And then I have another teacher who teaches a couple times a week. I also teach at the Crocker Art Museum.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm doing a lot of teaching. I'm back to teaching, so
Comes full circle, right?
Full circle, but it's teaching art this time, so I really love teaching.
So when it comes to, do you have any like dreams or aspirations to help grow your studio, or do you want to like expand it and get more people coming in? What do you see yourself in the future doing with this?
That's a great question, and I've been thinking about that a lot, and I'm torn because I do love what I do, and I love people coming in. I love all of that. But then that does take away from my painting time.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking, what do I want to do? Do I want to paint more? It'd be really fun just to be able to have a lot of time every day to paint rather than devote to the business side of things and the organizational side of things, coordinating all of these events and activities. So I think I'm at a crossroads with that question.
Yeah. So right now you're just a one-man show. You don't
Correct.
have anybody helping you out to try to organize that stuff for you.
That's correct. Yes. So I am the janitor, I'm the coordinator, I'm the accountant.
You're the business owner.
Yeah, I'm the business owner and the artist.
Yes. So have you thought about bringing somebody on just as to, maybe part-time to help organize that type of stuff for you?
I have, but I've just never figured out how to swing it financially.
Yeah. Now, are you selling art there?
Yes. So I have a gallery component as well.
Okay.
So I do have my art on exhibit at my gallery, my studio. I also have some other artists that I have some of their work on exhibit as well. So,
is it all local artists?
all local artists.
Okay. You don't put any of those special people's stuff in there that you're coming in to paint or anything?
No.
Okay.
So it's just local artists, and usually they're people that are part of my art journey, or I have my art buddy that we go out and plein air paint together, or we'll go on art trips. She's a professional artist. I have her work there, and some other people's work that are local.
Yeah. Now, do you get a lot of foot traffic there, people coming in, or are you inviting people in to your studio?
So we do have the classes, the workshops, the life drawing sessions, and that brings in a lot of people. And it seems like that's been a pivot where I'm focusing more on that, whereas before I focused more on the gallery component, where we just did shows and events, and I just really was focusing on the gallery component. And then it seems like the pendulum has swung a little bit to being just more education focused.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of swings because it is hard to do all of it.
Yeah.
But the gallery is there, and I often think, well, maybe if the pendulum swings the other way, I'll do more of the gallery work again, and the shows and the events, and the second Saturday art walk that they have in Sacramento.
That was really, I was over there a couple weeks ago, and that second Saturday it was crazy. There was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. And we used to do that. We used to do it every second Saturday. It was really fun.
Yeah. Now, when you do bring in that big name artist, are you charging for people to come in to learn?
Yes. So the instructor, the artist instructor, and myself will work out something, because like next year I have somebody coming from North Carolina, in talks with somebody coming from Texas.
Okay.
So it gets quite expensive to put it on. So so there's a price for those.
But you're learning from somebody
a
that's
master artist, right, and who also has a huge following. So we've gotten people even from out of state coming to some of our workshops.
Oh, that's great. And now your smaller ones where you're just having locals come in and you're teaching the classes, you charge for those as well?
Yes.
Okay. And typically what is a class, like a beginner's class?
So my beginning painting classes, they're 3 hours. I provide the materials as well, or they can bring them. It's $45 a class.
Okay. And what type of painting do you typically do? Is it oil paints? Is it watercolors? Is it, are you, like earlier you mentioned charcoal?
Yeah.
Do you teach all that?
I have, yes. Currently acrylic and oil painting mainly. Okay. And I do teach drawing as well, so any kind of dry media. There's another pretty famous instructor. He lives here locally, which is nice. He's come and done watercolor workshops. So it's nice to kind of branch out to different mediums and offer people a wide variety of just different choices.
Yeah, so I know that oils and acrylics last a really long time. Do watercolors hold up, and does chalk hold up, or not chalk, but charcoal hold up for a long time?
Yeah, and it just depends. A lot of times, if you're just practicing and studying, you might just stick it in a portfolio or envelope or whatever, but you can preserve them, just as easily as you could.
Do you have to laminate them?
Yeah, not laminate them, but you would frame them or spray them or put a fixative that covers the charcoal, especially you want to you want to spray it with a fixative.
Nice.
Yeah.
And do you teach them how to preserve all that stuff when you do those classes?
I haven't done that yet.
Idea.
Yeah, that's an idea though. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So now if people wanted to sign up and learn more about what you do, come out and visit the shop, like how would they get in touch with you?
Sure. So I have two websites. One I devote strictly to the studio and all the things going on there. And then I have my personal website, but they're both linked. So
Okay.
yeah, but if people want to know just about like my art journey, and I probably need to update that website too. There's another job.
Yeah.
I need a web tech there. They can go to my website, or they can just go directly to the studio website.
Okay. And can they also buy art from your website?
I don't have it currently online, but I always tell people, because I'm usually there every day, we're always open and always by appointment.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are your hours typically?
Generally, like 11 to 8 p.m.
Oh, wow. You go that late?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because my husband works graveyard, so try to match up a little bit of time in the morning, and then I'll go in and work. Unless I'm teaching at the Crocker or going out to paint.
Okay. And everything is by appointment?
Generally, unless we do have our classes, then I'm there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like you're there quite a bit, though.
Yeah, I'm there almost every day. Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's a great space. It's a miracle that that I even have it. So that's a whole story in and of itself, the miracle story. But I really enjoy being there. I enjoy working there, and it's my life passion. So even if I'm not making the big bucks that I was doing all the educational consulting or whatnot, I'm making a life.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic.
Using my business to make a life. And it's also been really fun to do community events, open it up to other businesses, to do different events and things. So that's been nice.
So what you're saying is you'll invite other local businesses, or other businesses will reach out to you to kind of do like a art show or
a paint night. So
Paint
I've done
night.
that. The Oak Park I'm part of the Oak Park Business Association, and they rent the office right next to the gallery there, and so we host our board meetings in the gallery space, which is nice.
Yeah, I really like that they really revitalized that area. It's super cool. I've been over to dinner over there a couple times. It's just, it's great.
It's great, yeah. And it's been a long time coming, because while I was working part-time in education, I was also doing community activist work and just helping with the revitalization efforts. So I knew all that was happening. I knew it was going to happen because I had been involved sort of at the ground level, as my other passion was Oak Park. Is Oak Park, and being part of that. So I knew it was. We knew it was happening.
Yeah, it was some time coming, though.
Yes.
Is Kevin still involved with all that?
He is. Yeah.
Okay.
Not so. I mean, his corporations and his enterprises are there. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he has, I believe, a restaurant over there as well, doesn't he?
A couple of them, yeah.
He does?
Yeah.
Which ones are his?
So Fixins, well, it's I think part of his development corporation.
Oh,
but,
okay.
I don't think it's his solely. And then the Slim and Husky's Pizza.
Okay.
He operates that one as well. I know he's been involved with the Oak Park Brewery. I don't know if that's public knowledge, but
well, it is now.
Yeah, being on the ground floor, you know a lot of things. Yeah, and then even with the Oak Park Business Association, it's been really. I really enjoy serving on the board of directors and being part of that, and being part of the business community right there.
Yeah. Fantastic. So from here, what do you want to get out to people to have come visit you?
Come see the art. Come see the artwork. If you're looking for original artwork, I've got a lot of artwork on exhibit. If you're interested in classes, beginning level. If you've had more experience, we've got some great master artist workshops. If you want to just try drawing from life,
Yeah.
those are non-instructed.
Okay.
Anyone can come in.
Anyone can come in and just start drawing away.
Yeah, if they
Okay.
want to. Or take a drawing class.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming today. I look forward to coming over and seeing the property and seeing you and seeing what you do.
Yeah, we'd love to have you come over, and
Yeah.
I'd love to show you around.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Perfect.